Okay, so before the video begins, I'd just like to note that I am hysterical and I edited and made the script for this video, but my voice isn't really fitting for voiceovers and all that other stuff, so I kindly asked my friend Bolin to voice this video for me. Uh, so say hi, Bolin.
Hello. But wait, what even is this game? How does it play? Yomi Hustle, made by Ivy Sly. It's a game that doesn't play like most fighting games that you're familiar with. You probably don't know what game I'm gonna compare it to, but it plays very much like Tori Bash.
Oh, my pelvis is ready! Bring it on! Oh my god! Oh, why? Oh, hello! Boom!
But what are these both games similar in? Wait, hold on real quick. Don't let the sound of this turn you off from playing both of these really fun games. But both of these games, Yomi Hustle and Tori Bash, are turn-based. Wind boom. It might sound really boring or even confusing at first, since you're probably expecting this game to play like something else, but due to how these games play, they really cannot be made into a normal fighting game. Like, Yomi Hustle plays too quickly and would require inhuman reaction speed to play normally. Anyways, here's a super watered down explanation of how Yomi Hustle plays. Every turn, both players pick one of the many moves to perform and lock in once they're both done picking an action. Once both players have locked in, the game will unfreeze and both characters will start performing the selected action that the player has chose, and after performing the selected move, the game will freeze again for both players to select an action again. What I described sounds really simple. It just sounds like a normal turn-based game, except both players get to choose an action at the same time. Tori Bash has the same system, but at the same time, it's very different. It's much more complicated, and instead of choosing actions, you choose body parts that you manually have to move. It's like you're kind of animating a fight in real time. Super difficult and much harder to pick up. Then, on the other hand, Yomi Hustle is much easier to pick up and have a fun time with your friends or with random people online. Anyways, we're gonna stop talking about Tori Bash, since this video is about Yomi Hustle. Tori Bash is fun, but it's too complicated, and if you're dumb like us, you're gonna spend like 20 hours just simply grasping how the game works. Remember all that I said earlier about how the game works? Yes? Good. No? Also good. Either way, we're gonna be talking about the user interface now. So, here's something new. This is how the game looks during maybe like 95% of the time you're playing. All of this seems complicated as shit at first glance, right? It's almost like if you're piloting a fighter jet. But thank God, it's much easier than that. Let's go over the UI real quick, and let's start with the top part. First off, we have your character's icon and a timer on it. This is the health bar, self-explanatory. Then you have air options. This is the amount of movement actions that you can perform in midair. And burst meter. Burst, a move that is used to break out of combos and essentially become invincible for a bit, is only available when this meter is fully charged up. Whiff Cancel also uses this meter, but only half of it. Then here, in the middle, you have a funky timer right here that displays frames instead of seconds. Then we go to the lower section of the UI. Here you have the amount of bullets you currently have, if you're playing Cowboy. And below it is the level meter, which is required to perform actions in the super category and can be filled up by landing attacks and also parrying. Using a super move will deplete one level of the meter. Burst Cancel and Whiff Cancel also fall under the category, but they don't use the level meter, they use the burst meter instead. DI, which is used to adjust the angle and speed you are knocked back for the next time you get hit by an attack. This is super useful, especially for escaping from combos. Then you have a large ass amount of icons here. Each one represents a different action. There's 5 categories for them, starting from the left to the right. We have Defense, for defensive maneuvers. Super, which we mentioned earlier. Special, which has each character's special attacks. Attack, which consists of basic attacks. And finally, Movement, for, movement options. Look at me, Losh, I'm a movement player. And here, in the middle you have Lock-In. This will confirm that you have chosen a move, and you won't be able to choose any other move after locking in. Hold. This is used to continue your current action without selecting a new move. Flip. Flip your character's direction. Undo. Undo the latest action you have done. I think this is only available in single player. And finally, down here you can choose to turn off predictions and other stuff, but I wouldn't know why you would do that since it's super helpful. It's almost like a crucial part, and you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot by disabling this. Okay, I think that covers all of the user interface. It looks really hostile and intimidating at first, but it's simple once you understand what everything does. Now let's talk about the characters. As I'm making this video, there's only 3 characters in the game so far, but this may be subject to change as the game is still only in beta. We have Ninja, Cowboy, and Wizard. Ninja is probably the hardest character to learn in the game. You have to set up and plan ahead with his special attacks and pull off a shit ton of mind games. He does have some pretty powerful attacks, like Uppercut, which is probably the fastest attack in the game, and Jump Kick, which has invincibility frames that you can use as a free escape card, but they're situational moves most of the time, and Jump Kick messes you up pretty badly if you use it at the wrong moment. I don't have much more that can be said about Ninja, and all this might be outdated or not by the time that this video is out, since the developer recently announced that he's gonna make some big changes to this character. I'm currently listening to Kanye fucking up the
season approach.
Cowboy, the easiest character to pick up. While people consider Wizard the strongest, he's still very tedious to fight against. He's insane due to his teleport and super, which just straight up deletes projectiles. Like honestly, this character is scary to play against if you're ninja. You just delete your cow chops and shurikens, then teleport to you and suddenly drain half of your health bar. Or if you're a wizard, you can just move away and summon 300 funny tracking things and give Cowboy the most miserable time of his life. But Cowboy does have some pretty big downsides, like his gun only having 6 rounds, and you can't reload it. So playing safe at a distance is a good choice because you can't really do that much. Also, I don't really know why, but this character has a sword, but the ninja doesn't, so that's pretty weird. I'm not complaining, I do think it fits. Does that make sense? Probably not. Wizard. This character is painfully annoying to fight, and is moderately easy to pick up and learn. He has a variety of long-range magic attacks, and can quickly turn the game into a Monoteria boss fight if he starts spamming projectiles. He also can summon an orb which you can freely move and teleport to. Wizard also has the movement options of hovering and falling faster. Someone can just stay mid-air and throw a barrage of funny magic attacks to kill you. Not that hard to dodge, but they prove to be very effective when you're caught by them off guard. Always keep an eye on the Wizard's projectiles, even if they're off screen for a bit. I am sorry for anyone who has guarded a spamming Wizard, and I'm also sorry if you had to guard an actually competent Wizard. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Yumi Hustle. It's a fun game, and it also has stick figures. Who doesn't love stick figures? And the game is also free, so there's honestly no reason why you shouldn't give it a shot. Get some cool ass replays, and go support the dev too, and wishlist the game on Steam. There will be a link to both the download page and Steam page for Yumi Hustle in the description. Also, before the video ends, any jokes that I stole from Butter Cynical are purely coincidental. It just happens when you get inspired by a YouTuber, okay? Like, you get the point. I'm not a thief. I'm gonna steal content. XD.